Okay, so she picked her cards, and we came up with the High Priestess. And then we have the Page of Swords. And then the future one is, I believe, the Knight of Cups. Yes, Knight of Cups. Okay, so this has to do a little bit more with your past. Kind of this thin veil. It's not really a veil, but it's more of a protective, something that's very that's it's kind of, you have not always felt very protected. You've always wanted to be more protected than you felt you were. You let me think. She with you, I'm getting that the High Priestess, she has been there for you when you weren't even aware. She has heightened awareness in you. Um, she's helped shield you and has helped give you the knowledge to get to where you are. She also kind of represents, and I think from a young age, you've been a lot more intuitive than you realize. Um, you need to learn to listen more to yourself. Um, you've got a lot more answers, a lot more wisdom in yourself than you give you credit for. She has helped you, or you yeah, you've just had a lot of trouble feeling like you were enough. You didn't always think rational. Um, there was a lot of areas in your life that were very unbalanced. So what you're needing to work on, as what you need to take from your past is that all of life is a journey, and you need to learn that your intuition, your wisdom is enough, that every part of you is enough. Just know that your intuition, that you have, I think, kind of tried to suppress or just ignore, or you didn't really know what it was. This is a wonderful power that you have, and it's something that you really need to develop and trust. Um, I think you're a good judge of character, and you need to really just learn to trust your instincts more and love yourself and trust yourself. Now, this is more about your past. This is more about kind of where you are now. Another thing I see here is there was gossip. There was a lot of mistruths, and that tended to make you very paranoid. So you need to learn how to be a little more open and honest, and don't worry so much about what people are going to think about what you say. Be your own person. Don't don't let what others say about you that's not true behind your back. Don't let that don't let that I'm trying to think of the word. Don't let that hinder you. Don't let that label you. Learn that that is not you. Learn how important you are and the importance of everything about you. Okay, so now a lot of this you've already learned a lot of from your past. The Page of Swords, I get all kind of energy. Even if you look at him, the way he's standing, he's holding the sword at the very tip, like he could just start running anytime. He's ready to leap to a new project. He's ready to learn something new. He's just got all kinds of energy. Um, it's also saying that there's a lot of beginnings, a lot of energy, but that you've got to try to kind of keep up with things, keep up with what you start. You really need to follow through on the things that you're starting right now. You have some wonderful new ideas. You're very curious. You are thinking about going back to school or doing something to enhance your knowledge. Um, you're going to make mistakes. A lot of the things you're going through right now are very exploratory. They're kind of like a trial and error. You're going to try a lot of different things until you get to where you want to be, until you learn what you need. Um, One thing it suggests to help yourself learn how to, you need to learn how to express yourself. And whether that is practicing by writing things down, I don't know, maybe even, take a class on public speaking, something that you would not want to do normally. These are things that you're going to need to do to get you to where you want to be. You've not always been a very social person, but with the energy that you have gotten now, your thirst for knowledge, this is where it's going to lead you. A lot of times you feel like you're in the middle of things, and that is because you're a very good communicator. You're a very good moderator. But it makes you very uncomfortable. Um, I also think that this has got a lot to do with possibly your relationship right now. Y'all need to work a little bit more on y'all's communication. Um, Sometimes there seems to be maybe quite a bit of tension. Sometimes you both feel like maybe you just need to kind of step back and just give yourself like a couple of hours for you to go do your thing and for him to go do his thing. Um, you both have a lot of stuff to share, and you're both going to teach each other things about each other. The Knight of Cups, which is our next one here. Again, what you've gone through and what you're going through now, it's leading to just tons of creativity, to a lot of romance. As you've gone through all of this, you have gotten, and you will be getting more in with your intuition. You're going to learn how to handle your emotions better, how to deal with your emotions. You've always had a little bit of trouble with that, so that's something that you are going to get much better at. You're very, very kind. You're very, very caring. You're very, very loving. You just feel. You feel everything. Basically, you're in love with love. And that is a wonderful thing. I don't think at times you even felt like you would be loved, but I think you are now finally starting to love yourself. And that is something that is going to get better as you get a little older, and as you learn how to love yourself, then you will understand how other people can love you. Sometimes might not have always felt worthy. You love beautiful things. You can be very creative. You're more creative than you give yourself credit for. So you're going to learn to do things like that. You're going to move forward and make some of these things that you are thinking about now. You're actually going to be able to do them in the future. Knight of Cups. Water. Card's very pretty. As you're growing, like I said, there's going to be a lot of romance. You're going to feel more comfortable with it. You're going to have more compassion. You're going to start seeing the beauty in things more. You are very much led by your heart, and you want everyone to be happy. Everyone that you care about, you want to be happy, and you are going to do your best to make them that way. That's why sometimes you have a little trouble making decisions, and that is going to continue because you make decisions that you make them with emotions and your heart. And sometimes you have to take your heart out of it. So that is something you're still going to have to work on. You are working on learning how to make your decisions based on how you feel, and then taking it into account others instead of just what you think is going to make you and everyone else happy. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's the little 3-card reading with the past, the present, and the future. I think that touched on a little bit without getting real intimate. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. And again, please go up and hit that like button. Please go up there and hit that subscribe button. Check out my Instagram. It's the same as this. It's the Celtic Cauldron by Mary, all one word. And I will see you next time. Thank you.